Yep, I'm here.
All right, front of the court, what is the status of this matter?
The defendant's support obligation is $594 with an arrears balance of $4,996. There has been no payment since the order entered on November 25th of 2025 with an effective date back to July.
All right, ma'am, what would you like to say?
I didn't get the papers until November. Because I was homeless for a while and I didn't know anything about it.
All right, well,
And
November
I'm
is
trying to, I just like
several
got the
months
papers
ago.
and everything, and I just.
All right, so November is several months ago and you haven't made any payments, correct?
Because I've been out of job since December because I had to move downstate to get a place to live.
All right, what are you doing for work?
I'm right now, I'm currently at a restaurant. I just started not too long ago, and I haven't had my first paycheck stub yet.
And what did you do prior to that job?
I used to work at Culver's back in December.
All right, have you reported your new employment yet to your caseworker?
I have not yet because I haven't got any like paycheck stubs and everything, and I'm trying to get that going.
All right, and who are you working for?
This restaurant called Rusty Nails is a
Okay.
and
City is that?
I'm only working like 2 days a week, and I'm trying to get a different job that will give me more hours. So I'm still trying to processing.
What city is your employer in?
In Carson City.
Okay.
Carson City, Michigan.
All right, ma'am. So I'm gonna reset your case to June 3rd. If you have any other new employment, you need to make sure you let your caseworker know immediately.
Okay.
She may also have some additional questions. Would you like Ms. Fable to give you a call?
Yeah, we would need some more information regarding that employer.
Right. So ma'am, you do need to reach out to your caseworker, not this morning because she's busy with court, perhaps this afternoon or tomorrow, but you do need to reach out to her and answer some questions. You need to make some payments on your own until payments come out of any checks that you have.
Yeah. I haven't had the money at all because that's how I'm paying for my rent and my electric and everything. And I haven't had anything to pay on right now for anything.
Well, this is a court-ordered obligation. You're almost $5,000 behind, so you're going to have to make some efforts here. Otherwise, you can face contempt sanctions, which can include jail time. I'm going to give you a chance to try and right the ship, but you need to make some efforts here and get payments in. Do you understand?
Yes. Is this a time to? I don't know if Mr. Fable is on right now.
He's not.
Okay. Because I've been trying to get with my kids to come down where I'm at sometimes.
All right, well, that's certainly a conversation you can have with him. If you feel that there should be some change in the parenting time order, you would need to file a motion to make a change, okay?
Okay, I'm not, this is all new for me, so I'm trying to figure out what.
You are all set with me today. Make sure you reach out to your caseworker, okay?
All right, thank you.
Next call is the matter of Sarah Getz versus Nathan Schaefer, file number 1415298 DP. Do we have anyone present on that matter? All right, we've got somebody labeled as Sarah Getz, so if that individual could please unmute and start their video.
Yep, I'm here. Sorry.
Thank you. No problem. Front of the court, what is the status of this matter?
This matter was adjourned from March 4th to monitor the plaintiff's payments and income withholding order. She had agreed to pay $200 on March 4th. She was also advised that she was responsible to make payments until the income withholding order is active. I did recently speak with her regarding some medical information she had disclosed to our office. I did talk to her again this morning about the same topic, and she has additional information that she'll be able to bring into us to look at potential options for support, depending on what the medical documents say.
Did she make any payments?
For March, she made a payment of $129.
Thank you. Ma'am, what would you like to say?
Well, I want to pay my child support. I want to work. But every time I get a job, it's a matter of a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I end up sick, puking my guts up and all that. I go to the walk-in, I get doctor's notes, I take it to them and they fire me. Then there goes my job opportunity because they won't hire me back after that. I just want to get my hepatitis C under control and cured. It's like an 8-week treatment so that I don't have this problem going forward.
All right, is that a treatment you're undergoing right now?
Yes, I see my hepatitis C doctor on the 17th of this month. So I see her Friday.
All right.
Yeah.
So have that doctor give you something that says if you have work restrictions currently, and if you do have work restrictions, for how long?
Yep.
And then provide.
And
that
I also
to you.
have, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, provide anything you can get from any doctors to your caseworker. I'm going to reset your case out to June 10th. So that should give you time to get those things dealt with and organized, and maybe the treatment will be done by that time as well, and you'll be back to working.
Yeah.
We can discuss where
Yes,
we are.
that's what I'm hoping.
Obviously, if you do start working again, make sure you let your caseworker know, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, you're all set for today. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Next on the court's docket is Abby Nichols versus Ivan Nichols, file number 14-15637 DM. Do we have anyone present on that matter? All right, obviously, here we go.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Thank you. Friend of the court, what is the status of this matter?
The defendant has a monthly obligation of $1,388 plus an additional $50 ordered on arrears. Current balance is $11,123.64. For the month of April, we have received $279.68, plus the plaintiff did give a $1,920 direct payment credit. Prior to that, we received $900.17 in March and $401.31 in February.
Thank you. Mr. Nichols, what would you like to say?
First and foremost, I did get a second job to sort of alleviate the financial stress of these monthly payments. I just started it this month. I am a server bartender working in the state of Florida. So December, January, and February are sort of our bad months. I am getting into peak season where I'll probably be able to cut down majority of my past due balance before the end of the season. Me and my ex-wife, we are working together to I forgot what terminology she said that she spoke with our caseworker yesterday, and we're going to dial back my monthly support because I do send her cash every month for my daughter's dance. She's a competitive dancer. But I am working 2 jobs now to get caught up with past due balance, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, given your recent payments, I'm going to adjourn you out a couple months just to make sure you're continuing to stay on top of it. So I'm going to reset you for June 10th. Okay.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
All right. You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next call is the matter of Dustin Steiner versus Nicole Peltier, file number 15-15845DS. Do we have anyone present on that? All right, if you are present, you need to unmute.
My apologies. Yes, I'm here.
All right, thank you. In front of the court, what is the status of this matter?
The defendant has a monthly support obligation of $191 and a current balance of $1,852. Last payment was received in September in the amount of $191. The child that's on this case did emancipate this month, so going forward, it will be an arrears only case. I have been in contact with the defendant, and we do have a payment arrangement in place.
Thank you, ma'am. What would you like to say?
I have full intentions on hopefully having that paid off by next week. Full rearages.
Okay. I'm going to reset you for June 10th. Obviously, if you're paid off, no need to be here. Or if you made a good chunk of the payment, you can talk to your caseworker about whether or not you have to appear on that date. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thanks.
Next call matter of Tafia Wood versus Mason Tubbs, file number 22-19078DC. Do we have anyone present on that matter?
Yes, Your Honor, President Mason Tubbs here.
Thank you. In front of the court, what is the status of this file?
The defendant has a monthly support obligation of $433. Current balance on the account is $9,083.11. Last payment received was back in December in the amount of $825.77.
Thank you. Sir, what would you like to say?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I was living and working in Petoskey, Michigan. I realized that I wasn't ready really to be out on my own yet, so I moved back home and started looking for work immediately. Struggled finding work at first, but I just recently got hired within the past 2 weeks, so I plan on to be able to make my payments here, get back on track with them.
All right. So how long were you working in Petoskey?
From I want to say 4 or 5 months.
And when did that employment stop?
January. I moved back here to Gaylord about the middle of January, towards the end of January. Started looking for work, and
You made no payments for 4 months, correct?
correct, yeah.
Where
Yeah,
are
I've
you
been
working?
struggling. I've been struggling to find work because I applied for a few places and I got denied for the one place, and then I just got hired in as a cook at Applebee's.
Okay. Did you let your caseworker know you had that new job?
No.
All right, that is a requirement. Anytime you are switching jobs, starting a new job, you need to let your caseworker know.
Okay. I'll get a hold of her as soon as possible.
All right, and they'll work on doing a withholding order, but you'll probably get some paychecks before a withholding order goes into place, and you need to make payment directly until that happens, until the money comes out. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I had to do that when I first moved back to Petoskey. I made a pretty large payment. I had to come all the way back to Gaylord and pay it in cash because I didn't want to do it over the phone. So I'm pretty familiar with
All right.
that.
Great, because I often hear people tell me they thought it was coming out when it wasn't, and that's not really a valid excuse. And it sounds like you're not going to be one of those people. So just make sure that you're making the payments until it starts to come out. I'm going to reset you for June 3rd, just to make sure everything's on track. Any questions, sir?
Nope. Thank you, Your Honor. June 3rd. Got it.
All right, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Casey Joe Fednick versus Joseph Rogers, file number 16-16657DP. Do we have anyone present on that matter?
Yes.
Hello, sir. We do have Mr. Rogers present in front of the court. This is an update on Mr. Rogers' medical documents. Anything to report?
Yes, he
Um,
did support. He did supply a note from his physician indicating that he's to be off until at least July 1st of this year.
Sir, anything you'd like to say?
Just to add to that, I am waiting. I got an attorney for disability. So, I'm not sure when I'm gonna hear more back on that.
All right, so it sounds like your doctor has said you're off work until at least July 1st. Is that correct?
Yes,
All right, so we're gonna reset you then for a date after that.
okay,
If your doctor says you need to continue to remain off work, you need to make sure you provide an updated note from the doctor, okay?
okay,
And I know you have a second case, so I will call that case as well. That is the case of Michelle Rogers versus Joseph Rogers, file number 21-18665 DM. This is for the same type of matter. So we'll do the same on this case and adjourn it to a date after July 1st. Any questions, sir?
no.
All right, you are all set with me for today. You can sign off.
All right, thank you.
Okay, court next call the matter of Cassie Colton versus Albert Salo, file number 24-19656 DC. Do we have anyone present on that matter?
I am, Your Honor. This is Cassie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, looks like we're here today on Mr. Salo's motion regarding parenting time. And have you discussed this issue at all with him?
Yes, I have.
The two of you have any agreements at this time?
I believe so. I know that we're trying to keep the parental rights to stay 50-50. Because it mentioned on there that he was trying to change that. That was due to some other things that was going on when I was residing in Gaylord. I was looking for housing, so that was kind of an issue. So that's why that happened. But we do want the parental rights to stay 50-50. And we did talk about during the school time, every other weekend, in the summertime, doing week on, week off.
Okay. You know, he's not here, so I can't make any changes. He's also not here, so I could technically dismiss it. But if you guys are having discussions and think you might have a resolution, I'd rather just reschedule this, make sure we get you both here, give you guys a chance to have some additional conversations. And if you can come to an agreement, great. If you can't, then, you know, the court can take whatever other steps are necessary. But we do need you both here to put an agreement on the record.
I've tried reaching out to him for 2 days and I haven't heard anything, so I'm kind of.
Looks like he might be in our waiting room right now, so I will let him in.
Perfect. Okay.
He's coming in. I believe it's him.
Yeah, it looks to be.
All right, Mr. Salo, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
All right, I have called your case. Ms. Colton was indicating that the two of you have had some discussions and you might have an agreement. Is that correct, sir?
As far as I was concerned, it was she had moved away. I've had the children for the last 4 months, and I just wanted to the reason I had filed was because I wanted to have full physical custody and remain the joint legal. And I'd also like to change the parenting time to long distance by the court standard guideline.
All right, so Ms. Colton indicated that there was some discussions, that she also indicated that it sounded like kids were going to stay with you primarily.
Yes. Yes.
Joint legal. Her statements regarding parent time is a little bit different than yours. She indicated every other weekend and then I think share the summer.
Which would be fine with me, Your Honor. Just as long as we can set up like a meet point and come up with a good plan for the summer. I was thinking like 2-week blocks. So like
sure, sometimes that's easier when you have, the driving and things like that. So, I mean, the two of you have been talking, so we have a couple different options. We can adjourn this matter out, let you guys have a chance to maybe shore up all those details. We can send you guys to mediation if you think that's more helpful. Or the other option is to set it for a court hearing, but if the two of you are fairly close in your agreement, I think it makes sense to give you guys a chance to talk. What are your thoughts, sir?
If she's fine with like doing 2-week blocks during the summer months, that would be fine with me. And as long as we can come, to an agreement. I think we had set in the other mediation, she would get the I'd get the odd years for holidays and birthdays, and she'd get the even years for holidays and birthdays. And that would be like the only thing that I would like just want to come up with a good plan for that.
All right. Well, and then the two of you want to discuss like a meeting point and those kind of things as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like it to be a halfway meeting point.
So do you think if we set this out in about 30 days, the two of you can shore up all those details, or would you rather have a mediation so that somebody else is sort of leading the discussion, or do you think you guys can do that on your own?
I think a mediation's best, because there was one thing in here that did kind of throw me for a loop that I was not aware of. So I think mediation's probably best on my end.
Sure, do you have any issue participating in mediation?
No, mediation would be fine. I think that, in case we have some discretion in each other's views on that, then mediation can clear that up.
Okay. All right. So I will refer the matter for mediation, and then we'll set a hearing date, an update hearing date afterwards to see if there was a resolution or not.
Your Honor, would we be able to do that via Zoom?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
The community mediation will let you appear by Zoom.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll send that to mediation. Just encourage you both to try and work it out together. Obviously, you get more flexibility when you're in mediation. You can come to those terms together. Just put in mind, it sounds like you guys are pretty close, just got to kind of work out some of the details along the way. So we will do that referral for mediation and then come back afterwards to see if there's an agreement or not, okay?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you both. You're all set. Thank you. Next calls the matter of Nicole Grosser versus Jason Grosser, filed for 17-16931 DM. Do you have anyone present on that matter? Either party is present. In front of the court, what is the status of this file?
The defendant had been current with his support.
Hello, Your Honor.
Yes, what's your name?
Jason Grosser. I was unable to change my phone name because I got a new phone, and I apologize.
All right. You're all right. Go ahead, front of the court.
The defendant was current with his support obligation up to October of 2025. That is when an income withholding order stopped. The defendant's support obligation is $863 with an arrears balance of $4,339.04.
Thank you, sir. What would you like to say?
I am currently employed, and I do have the paperwork for my current employment that should be getting withheld. I started that new job. It is a year-round job, and it started in December 20th. So I'm kind of confused if there isn't any money getting withdrawn from my checks.
All right. Did you let the front of the court know you had a new job?
Yes. Yeah. I received the paperwork from friend of the court stating my new employment.
When was that, sir?
They received that January 25th, I believe.
All right. And who are you working for?
I'm working for Moore Murphy Hospitality.
Okay. And are you working full time?
Not currently, but it is turning into full time in about a week or so with the season coming up for catering.
All right. So you've been getting paid these last few months, is that correct?
Yes, and it's my intention, Your Honor, to use my tax returns to pay a lump sum of that amount.
All right. Well, when you were getting paid Were you paying attention to the fact that money was not coming out of your check?
No, sir, I did not, honestly. I thought it was an automatic thing.
Well, that's a weak excuse when somebody's getting a paycheck and they don't pay attention to what's coming in or coming out of their paycheck. Just to assume something, it seems like you would know based on your pay, if you're getting paid what you're supposed to be getting paid, if you're getting paid less than what you're supposed to getting paid. So now we've had months go by with zero payment. So how soon can you get a payment in, sir?
I can pay a small amount this week towards it, and then I will contact my employer and find out why this, and friend of the court, and find out why the payments are not coming out.
All right, well, I don't know if they had the information.
He did indicate that particular facility, it may be that it's an LLC or something with that. There was a form that was generated out, but no payments have been received. So if he has a pay stub that has their federal tax ID number, that would be beneficial to, but then he would need to pay in the meantime.
Right. So, sir, do you have that information that you can provide, a pay stub that will show the tax ID number for the employer?
Not currently on me, Your Honor. It is an
Sure.
LLC. Everything's automatic and online. So my pay stubs are on an app, but I don't know if it has their federal tax number. But I can get that information to friend of the court.
Get that information, provide that to your caseworker. Until money's coming out, sir, you got to start making payments. Do you know what your tax return is looking like this year?
I will at least be able to pay $1,000 lump sum.
All right, well, you've got over 4,000 to make up. So you're certainly going to need to pay that, as well as get a plan to get yourself caught back up. I'm going to adjourn your case out a little bit to let those income withholding orders go through, as well as for you to make some payments on your own until that's coming out. I'll go to June 3rd. So, sir, when you get your next paycheck, it's probably not going to be coming out. So you need to make a payment directly. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We'll see you back here June 3rd. Make sure you provide that information to your caseworker. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you for appearing. You're all set.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Palmer versus William Burr, file number 04-10765DS. Anyone present on that matter? Not appear that either party is present. In front of the court, what is the status of this file?
This is an arrears only case with a balance of $17,441.44. The defendant did stop in yesterday and make a specific payment in the amount of $200 for this case that is still pending disbursement and is not reflected in the balance. Given the recent payment, I would leave it up to the court's discretion.
I'll give him an adjournment to see if he continues to make payments.
Excuse me, Your Honor. It believes the person named Sydney Gardner is trying to unmute. That I'm not sure if that's Mr. Burr or not.
Okay.
Gotta change my name because I don't know if it's me.
All right. Well, I'm going to move forward then. I'm going to adjourn the matter, given the recent payment, and continue to monitor for payments. Let's adjourn to we'll adjourn to June 3rd. I know Mr. Burr had an additional case, Sherry Ferguson versus William Burr, file number 09-13046 DP. In front of the court, what is the status of this matter?
This case is also an arrears case as of January of this year. The balance on this case is $6,446.04. There was a specific payment made in addition, so $400 total. 200 of that payment is pending disbursement to this case as well.
Again, so given the recent payment, I will adjourn to June 3rd to continue to monitor payments. For the next call, the matter of Brittany Scott versus Warren Dustin, file number 08-12537 DP. Do we have anyone present on that matter?
Yes, sir. Orin Dustin present.
Thank you. For the court, what is the status of this matter?
This is an arrears only case with a balance of $7,445.24. There is a recent income withholding order that is now active. $583 has been received this month.
Thank you. Mr. Dustin, anything that you'd like to say?
My work has told me that the last 2 paychecks they've been taking child support out of. I don't know how that works, whether they're behind a little bit or what's going on, but the payments will continue.
Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just adjourn your case out to June 10th, just to make sure all those payments are happening, and then see where we're at on June 10th. If things are going well, your caseworker may remove it. So reach out to her prior to that court date, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. For next call, the matter of Samantha Palmer versus Travis Dunsmore, file number 11-13922 DP. Do we have anyone present on that matter? Does not appear that either party is present. For the court, what is the status of this file?
The defendant's court obligation is $213 with an arrears balance of $3,364.94. The defendant did have contact yesterday in regards to an income withholding as he's currently back to work. There has been $53.48 that was collected in March, and $59.77 has been received so far this month. Based on that information, we would just request to adjourn to monitor and remove it. Income withholding is collecting as ordered.
Thank you. I will adjourn the matter to June 10th. Next call is the matter of Joe Marie Kuzak versus Corey Halstead, file number 14-15402 DS. Do you have anyone present on that matter? All right, if anyone's present on the Kuzak versus Halstead matter, I need you to unmute. All right, somebody's smoking or doing something. Whoever's on the iPhone, you are considered to be in a courtroom, so you do need to stop that activity while you're on Zoom. And in front of the court, what is the status of this file?
The defendant's obligation is $156. This sum is composed of $104 for current support and $52 for overdue, with an arrears balance of $36,148.27. The defendant has been in contact with our office yesterday and had planned to attend, as he is in another state in an in-treatment facility. Given that information, I would just request to maybe adjourn this out.
I think given those circumstances, there's good cause to adjourn. We'll adjourn to July 1st. All right, sir, what would you like to say as to what's going on right now?
I don't really know what's going on right now, to be honest with you.
Well, you're $36,000 behind in child support, correct?
I believe.
Okay, so what's the plan, sir?
I'm in a rehab right now. Been homeless for pretty much the last 10 years. And trying to get my life back together.
All right. When are you going to be out of that rehab facility? How many days are you there?
I'm not sure of that.
You have no idea? You have a
No,
general idea? Is it 3-day treatment, 60, 90?
I don't know. It's kind of up to my probation officer what all I do if I continue to in the program or not. I'm not real aware of what's going on.
Are you facing some type of jail time potentially?
Yeah,
All right. Is it significant jail time? Is it more of like a misdemeanor type of jail time?
I'm looking at up to 7 years.
All right, so I know you had some conversations with the caseworker, so we had called the case earlier. Obviously, I understand you're in a whole different area, and so, there's no issue with you being a little bit late signing in, so what I said last time is I'm gonna adjourn your case to July 1st. So that should give us a better idea of where you're headed, if you're still in treatment, if you're doing jail time, or if you're out and able to get some employment. Any questions
Yes, sir.
regarding that, sir?
You said June. I'm sorry, I couldn't
July
really.
1st.
July 1st. Okay.
Yes, sir. So it'll be July 1st at 9 o'clock, Michigan time.
Yes, sir. July
Questions?
1st. No,
So
sir.
if you get out of the treatment, make sure you let your caseworker know, or if you have any updates as to your status, if you can provide that information ahead of time, that would certainly be helpful, okay?
Yes, sir. I'll let Shasta know.
All right. Thank you for appearing, sir. You are all set.
Thank you very much. You have a great day.
You too.
Or like you just close out of this.
We're a little early, but it looks like the parties are all present on the Rusty Layton versus Alexandria Roach matter, file number 25-20246 DC. If council please place their appearances on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Elliot Blumberg on behalf of Mr. Layton, who's appearing via Zoom from my office.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jennifer Desmond-Coy on behalf of Alexandria Roach, who's present with me in my office as well.
All right, thank you. This is an initial hearing regarding custody, parenting time, and support. Mr. Blumberg, as plaintiff's counsel, any agreements on those issues?
Unfortunately not, Judge. We're going to ask the court to schedule an evidentiary hearing to establish both custody and parenting time. My client was afforded limited time over the Easter holiday, but has not been allowed to see his children since then. So we were hoping, at least on an interim basis, we could get some parenting time.
Ms. Dukes-McCoy?
Well, Your Honor, we were going to ask to attend mediation. I think we could do that while the evidentiary hearing is pending, but my client has been permitting FaceTime between the minor children and their father. There are significant safety concerns with his residence and with him and his threats to take the children to Texas. The children did see their father on Easter, and they do have scheduled parenting time for this weekend. My client has offered supervised parenting time, either at her home or at a public location on every other Sunday, from 11 to 2, and that's what they're gonna be doing this weekend, to my understanding.
Right, so as to an evidentiary hearing, I've got May 6th available. That's our first available date at 1 o'clock.
Let me just take a look.
I have conflicts with that date, Your Honor.
Okay, that would put us into June, so then I have June 3rd, June 10th, or June 17th, any of those afternoons.
In the afternoon, I'm free. I think I've got a bunch of stuff with you in the morning, but June 3rd works.
I will be out of state on June 3rd and on June 10th, but I am available on June 17th.
Okay. I have a criminal jury trial in front of Judge Hunter on the 17th.
Okay, then we have July 1st at 1 p.m.
I'm available that date, Your Honor.
I have another trial in Charlevoix at 8:30 that morning.
All right, you've exceeded my list of how far we went out, so I guess friend of the court will have to reach out to you with potential dates. I don't schedule after that.
I mean, I'm
I
willing
assume it's
to,
all open.
you know, by going out as far out as July and August is just, and I understand, believe me, your schedule. I don't know if council can move some things around in her schedule. I will attempt to do that as well. But it's just not fair to my client to have to wait till the end of July to have a evidentiary hearing to get the parenting time that he's entitled to.
We have offered to attend mediation, and I think that these parties could come to an agreement if they were able to discuss it with counsel and a mediator. And we also have offered some limited parenting time as well, so I don't think it's unreasonable that we're making those offers in the first place. But I think maybe our schedules will change and we can get in earlier, but unfortunately those are not dates that are not movable for me.
I'll see what other July dates we had. Dawn, if you're able to hear me, I assume July 15th is pretty open.
That is correct. We have July 15th opened. If you wanted to do the 3-hour, it would start at 1 o'clock.
All right, how about July 15th?
I have that available.
Like I said, I will move other things around to make that happen. We're prepared to go to mediation if council thinks that that's actually going to accomplish anything, we're prepared to do that.
Do you want us to do a referral to community mediation, or do you guys want to schedule mediation on your own?
I'm happy with the court referring it.
Okay.
I agree.
All right, so we'll do a referral for mediation. Set it for the in-person evidentiary hearing if there is no resolution on July 15th at 1 p.m. A witness and exhibit list 21 days prior. You know, I'm not in a position, unfortunately, to make temporary orders without hearing testimony. I would just encourage the parties to obviously work together to make sure appropriate parenting time is happening. Both council knows that, you know, not being reasonable is a factor, one of the best interest factors when it comes to encouraging and fostering that relationship. All right, anything additional, Mr. Blumberg?
No, Judge, thank you.
Ms. Dukes-McCoy?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you both for appearing. You're all set.
Thank you.
We'll next call the matter of Nicole Fox versus Daniel Kurzek, file number 24-19942DS. Do we have the parties on that matter present?
Yep, I'm here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we are here today, it looks like, to potentially place an agreement regarding a change of domicile. Is that correct, Ms. Fox?
Yes.
And what have the parties agreed to?
As far as I'm aware, Daniel is okay with me going ahead and moving. He did send a statement, which I provided.
All right, and where are you moving to?
Ohio.
Okay. And with the move, what would be the terms of any parenting time agreement? It looks like your last parenting time was simply as the parties agree. Is that what it would remain?
Yes.
All right, sir, are you in agreement or disagreement with that change?
I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Fox, I'll start with you. Would you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, thank you. So, ma'am, is it correct that the two of you are agreeing that you can move to the state of Ohio and that the parenting time would remain as the parties agreed?
Yes.
You currently share joint legal custody, is that correct?
Yes.
And that's remaining the same, correct?
Yep.
And do you believe this agreement is in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
Thank you. Sir, would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And sir, are you also in agreement with Ms. Fox moving to the state of Ohio?
Yes, I'm fine with that.
And you understand that the pairing time would stay the same, it being as the parties agree, is that correct?
That's correct.
And do you believe this agreement is in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
All right, thank you. The court will then prepare that order granting the move to Ohio with pairing time staying as the parties agree, and the parties continue to have joint legal custody. Any questions, Ms. Fox?
No, that's it. And thank you, Dan.
Sir, any questions?
No.
All right, thank you both for working together. You are all set and free to sign off.
All right, thank you.
Call the matter of Christina List versus Ricky Patton, file number 21-18480 DP. Do you have anyone present on that matter? Does not appear that either party is present. This was Mr. Patton's motion to change support. In front of the court, any information on this matter?
I have tried to reach the facility where Mr. Patton is currently at and have not had any luck making arrangements to make sure that he'd be present today. He has been incarcerated since November 14th and is now in a treatment facility downstate. He was requesting to lower the support due to losing his job and being incarcerated.
I think what I would do is adjourn the matter out so we can get the update from him. It wouldn't interfere with his potential back date. We don't know if he's there voluntarily, if he's ordered to be there, if he's able to get out and work. So I'm not sure if we're at that 6 months of incarceration. So let's adjourn him out somewhere in the 30 to 60 day range to get the update from him. Thank you. Okay, court will call the matter of Molly Snyder versus Jonathan Snyder, file number 26-20329 DM. Do we have the parties on that matter present?
Yes, Judge Elliot Blumberg on behalf of the plaintiff, Ms. Snyder, appearing via Zoom from my office.
Thank you. I see someone labeled as John Snyder. Sir, if you're present, if you could please unmute and let me know if you can hear me okay.
Yep, I hear you perfect, sir.
All right, Mr. Blumberg, this is an initial hearing regarding custody, parenting time, and support. Do the parties have any agreements?
No, Judge. Mr. Snyder has made it very clear that he's not terribly interested in keeping in contact with his children. We've got minor children, 2 minor children. Mr. Snyder is not making any efforts to even support the family at this point. So no, we have no agreement as to custody and parenting time.
Is it your request then to have an evidentiary hearing?
Yes, Judge, we are.
Mr. Snyder, anything that you'd like to say?
Yeah, that I have been in contact with my children, and I've been trying to, I've been staying at a friend's house. I don't really have a way to bring them to the place. We've gone out to dinner, and I have tried keeping in contact with them, and it's nothing that means more to my kids, and that's all I want to focus on is what's best for them in this situation.
Moving forward, what is your request as far as what kind of custody and parenting time the two of you have? Sir, have you thought about what kind of custody and parenting time you want?
Are you speaking to me, sir? I'm sorry, I can't hear very well.
Yes. What are your thoughts on custody?
I would like, if I had it right now, I don't have a place, but I feel like the next time we have a meeting, I would have a place, and I don't see why. Honestly, I would like to get the kids' opinion and just do what they wanted to do. If they wanted to do 50-50, I would be awesome with that. If they wanted to stay with her and we could do support, or one of them stayed with me if they wanted, I kind of want to leave it up to the kids. Since they're adults, I know he said they're minors, but they're smart, and I think that it's best just to see what they want to do first before we just try to decide anything.
All right, so I do have an evidentiary hearing date. Mr. Blumberg, I don't remember which days you weren't available, but I think you were available May 6th at 1 o'clock.
Let me just see. see. May 6th. Yeah, I'm available in the afternoon.
All right, Mr. Snyder, do you have any conflict with that date that would make you unable to attend?
No, sir.
All right, so we'll set an evidentiary hearing for May 6th at 1 o'clock. Given the children's ages, there will be a preference interview at 12:45. That hearing date's coming up pretty quick, so as far as a witness and exhibit list, I would reduce it to a 7-day filing. Any questions, Mr. Blumberg?
Is that a 3-hour hearing?
It is, yes.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you.
Mr. Snyder, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, and that hearing is in person, Mr. Snyder, just so you know. So
Okay.
we'll see everybody in court that day, May 6th at 1 p.m. You will get a notice from the court. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next call is the matter of Samantha Jones versus Ryan Jones, file number 26-20348DM. So the parties are present. Ms. Jones, if you could please unmute. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And Mr.
Okay.
Jones, you as well.
Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay.
I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
I can, thank you, sir. So this is a initial hearing before the court, as well as, I think, a request to opt out of front of the court services. So Ms. Jones, do the two of you at this time have an agreement regarding custody, parenting time, and support that you want to place on the record, or do you need more time on those issues?
We just have been figuring out as it goes. They live in the house and whoever's available with the kids. I live here too. He lives here most of the time, and that is just how we intend it to stay.
All right.
Until he gets a place, and then we'll decide when the kids can go to his house. We're just very amicable about it.
Okay. Do you expect that to be in the near future or more down the road?
That's up to him. I don't know when he will be able to get a place.
Sir, any information that you want to add?
Yeah, I should be getting a place probably towards the end of the summer. So around then is probably when we'll start, having two separate residents for the kids. But right now, like she said, we both live there and kind of take turns. Yeah.
All right, so you got a couple different options. You could put some type of agreement on the record now, but it sounds like that's going to change in a few months. So another option is to set this for another court date. We can address the front of the court opt-out and some of those things now, but as far as what custody and parenting time are going to look like, we can also schedule it for a date, a few months out to see if that is figured out. Or we could put an agreement on now, but the problem is that agreement might not apply to whatever happens when there is the move out. I don't know. But those are kind of things that we can do. So Ms. Jones, do you have any thoughts? Would you like to put an agreement on the record now? Would you like to simply just do the opt-out now and address those issues and then come back, maybe August or September to see where things are at as far as what custody and parenting time would look like when Mr. Jones is not in the residence?
Honestly, whatever gets us done the fastest and is the easiest. We pretty much just agree on everything, and we're just going to, share the kids whenever's best for them. So
are you thinking kind of an agreement that just is parenting time as the parties agree, or are you envisioning
if that's a possibility, absolutely.
It is, yes. If you guys
Okay.
agree to that, it can work together. That certainly is fine.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right. So let me just take some brief testimony from each of you. Ma'am, you're the plaintiff, so I'll start with you. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. So ma'am, you are requesting that the two of you have joint legal and joint physical custody with parenting time as the parties agree. Is that correct?
Yes.
That would include holiday time, summertime, and all those things would just simply be as the two of you agree. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're also asking to opt out of friend of the court services. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you have reviewed and completed, it looks like, an advice of rights regarding friend of the court services. Do you have any questions regarding that document?
I don't know.
And did you sign that document freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And is it correct that you do not receive any public assistance?
Yes.
And as to child support, are you asking for any child support in this matter, or are you asking that the court deviate to 0 for child support?
No child support.
And do you believe you can adequately care for and provide for the children without the receipt of child support?
I do, yes.
And again, that decision is freely and voluntarily made?
It is, yes.
Okay. And do you believe this agreement is in the best interest of the children?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And sir, are you also asking the court to enter a stipulated agreement? Parties would have joint legal, joint physical custody. Parenting time would be as the parties agree, and that includes holidays and summer. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And are you also asking to opt out of friend of the court services?
Yes, I am.
So you have also reviewed and signed the advice of rights regarding friend of the court services. Do you have any questions regarding that document?
No, I have not. In fact, I have not signed that yet. I do have it, but I haven't got it turned in.
All right, I've got a copy that from February that shows that you signed the advice of rights regarding use of court services.
Oh, perfect. Well, then I guess I did.
All right, so it's back, yeah, February 13th. Do you have any questions regarding that document?
No.
And is it accurate that you do not receive any public assistance?
Yes.
And are you making that decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I am.
Are you also asking that the court deviate to 0 for child support?
Yes, I am.
And do you believe the children can be adequately cared for and provided for without the receipt of child support?
Yes.
And do you believe this agreement is in the best interest of the children?
I do.
All right, so the court will prepare an order indicating all those things. The court does have to prepare an informational child support recommendation, so it's just informational. We need that for the deviation paperwork. But the parties have agreed to deviate to 0, and the court is recommending that. Friend of the court, do you need financial information from the parties?
Yes, I only have the verified statement from the plaintiff.
Okay. So you both need to provide the necessary information for that calculation to be prepared. Again, it is informational only, but we do have to have that because there is procedures and paperwork that needs to be done to allow you to deviate to the 0 support. So Mr. Jones, I don't know if you have that paperwork still, but if not, you can get it. Do you need another copy or do you have that financial paperwork?
I have the paperwork. I just need to get it turned in. I'm on business vacation.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so just get that completed and turned in so that they can prepare that. And then we'll prepare the rest of the paperwork. Any questions, Ms. Jones?
Nope.
Mr. Jones, any questions?
No, sir.
Friend of the court, any questions?
Just to make the parties aware that they still do have to attend that SMILE that was ordered back in February.
Yep, there is that SMILE class that you need to check off the list too before your divorce can be finalized, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you both for appearing and for working together. You are all set.
Thank you so much.